Hi, what's up? It is Cowboy. It is 8:30. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is 8:30 a.m. EST, and we did just have a little bit of can't even talk this morning. A little bit of economic data come out on. Let me see here. Should be unemployment data. Let's take a look at the calendar. Let me just go ahead and share the screen, and we'll jump right into it. Look, if you want to know what we do, how we do it, all that stuff, go zap the QR code top right-hand corner of the screen. And we'll get into all of that later. For the moment, we got here prelim GDP quarter over quarter, pretty close to the estimate, right? So the forecasted data was a 1.2%, and came out just above that. So kind of some quote unquote dollar strong news, but just barely dollar strong news. And the unemployment claims were very close to the forecast as well. I mean, just 1,000 off, not even a 0.5% off. So far, markets do seem relatively unaffected. It looks like prices will just continue in the direction that they were going. I'm just looking right now at, let's see here. Yeah, definitely. Let's focus on the euro versus the dollar. This is probably where it's pretty evident how this is affecting, say, like dollar strength or anything like that. And let me zoom in. I know the screen looks crazy right now. I'm going to clean it up. So just give the Cowboy a second. All right. So this is a 30-minute chart for the euro versus the dollar. And the data just came out and price was headed up. That's just what the algos were saying earlier. And I'm going to do a little scalpy right now. Let me see here on my trading station, because basically we got more news coming out later. And I'm going to do a little scalpy here. For those of you who know how I do things, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. 126. All right, give me a second. It's going to go just a little tiny long scalp. Just put a nice little steak dinner up on this. So yeah, you are looking at, like I said, I think money was on the sidelines, right? So the euro was having some upward pressure overnight. Markets have been super slow. All I've really been able to do this week to make any money has been scalpage, but the general direction was upwards with the euro, coming after this multi-day move down. So you can see that the euro flipped right on Tuesday and really made some good movement down. The dollar got strong versus the euro. And so it did bounce. After that, you can see my algo went ahead and said to exit the shorts and enter along at the same time. So, following the algo alone was a successful way to do things. Otherwise, it's just this will probably continue up. And like I said, I'm just scalping this little guy right now. I don't think it's going to go much higher than, let's see. Let's, while I map this out, the gorilla, how are you this morning, sir?
Good morning. I was sitting in the back, man, forever.
But I was in the middle of trying to kind of pull off this scalp and do charts and stuff. And I'm like, oh, shit, V's here. What's up, dude?
Nothing much, man. No. Good morning to all of you people out there. It is I, the gorilla. I'm imploring thee to join us at Algo Factory Tech.
Or die.
Or just, leave money on the table. We're teaching you how to make free money.
Yeah. I mean, look, let's just put it to you this way, right? Like, we're extremely inexpensive. I wasn't going to do the, the commercial till later. I will say we're very inexpensive.
Cheaper than a bottle of water, bro. Cheaper than a bottle of water.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing really you're losing is your time. And look, if you don't want to invest time in yourself, then good luck to you in life. Because that's really the biggest thing. I mean, I know it's such a cliche, like, hack thing to say, like, oh, your most valuable commodity is time, but it is, man. Especially like, I mean, V, you're busier than I am. I know what you got going on in the background, and I'm busy as hell. And you start to realize that the one thing that the one thing I would buy if I could buy it would be time.
Amen, that would be brother. It. Amen. It's like it pisses me off. There's only 24 hours in a day,
right?
You know,
Dude.
I wish I could buy more time. Any billionaire on his deathbed, if he was granted one wish, live 5 more minutes or give up billions of dollars, he would live for more time. He would pay for more time.
Definitely. Yeah, more time. There's always that, like, I see this on Twitter a lot. You have a choice. Could you get $50 million today or go back to being 10 years old with all the knowledge that you have right now? I'm like, dude, 10 years old
Jeez.
every single time.
10 years old
I'd rule,
every single time. Exactly. I'd rule the world.
I'd rule the world. Like, not even a question.
Yep.
Not even a question. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all the dumb crap that I did when I was young, like, that wouldn't happen. I probably would do more dumb crap, but it would be like dumb crap that somebody my age does, So, but yeah, just a quick scalp. Anybody watching the screen can kind of see what I'm doing here. And I do have, I have exits. I have algorithmic exits. They tell me when to get out of a trade. So that's something that I'll be taking advantage of as this little scalpy scalp plays out. But again, yeah, the data, I think most money was sitting in the sidelines in the Forex market until this data came out. And then as soon as the data came out, we had our breakout. So that's just what's going to happen here. And there will be a time when, when this trade kind of stuffs out, and it's not a very big trade. It's, if this didn't work out for me, it wouldn't make a difference in my day. It wouldn't, but hey, if it does work out, look at the risk to reward on it. Let me actually put this properly. Oops, wrong thing. Give me a second. So the cool thing about TradingView is that when you have it open in a different window, all the drawings are connected. I could have a tighter stop on this if I wanted. In fact, as soon as certain things happen, I will tighten up the stop. But this is a little 2-to-1 dealio that I have going on here. A little 2-to-1 move. So, but as the algos say get out, then the stops will be hiked up, and I'll hack out. I mean, I'm able to pull on. Being as this is on like the 30-minute chart, it's really truly on the 5-minute chart. It's just that you're only seeing it on the 30-minute chart. So if you were looking on my trade station, you would see something more like this. So you can see, like, for example, these little dots. So like this right actually said exit longs. Now, fortunately, if I were not as knowledgeable as I am, I would get out of this. But here's the thing. This candle has not ended. So this is my own algo that I built and had coded. So even though there is a diamond here saying to get out of the longs, what is not being told is that this candle has not stopped yet. So we're going to see how that works. And just because something says get out, exit shorts, look at this all the way down. This is from yesterday. This is on the 5-minute chart. So, just because you have a coded algo doesn't mean you necessarily want to do exactly what it says, because look here, these are all exit longs. And look what happened if you exited them. I'm sorry, forgive me, exit shorts. Exit a short here, exit short there, exit short here. And yet price continued to head downwards, right? Price just continued to plow through. So you got to, even if you're running algos, you got to know what you're doing. Now, if I were simply to have let the computer trade this, I still would be profitable, because I would be, I would make all of this right here. I just wouldn't make some of this, but I would make all this right here. And I would have actually probably gotten a little hurt here, but I would have made all this right here. So in the end, if you do have a nice coded algo, it's profitable. You do better trade by trade when you have like an algo that you manually trade. I can tell you that, like, think of it this way. If you have an algorithm that you've written and you're just manually trading it, and you can get a much better risk to reward, a much better result with that, okay, that's great for every, trade by trade. So you can take like 3 trades, you can get yourself, let's just say 2.5 to 1 risk to reward. What does that even mean? Let's talk about risk to reward today. Very, very simple concept here. Okay. This is good. We got to get some beginners a little bit of knowledge. So if price is going to head up, let's diagram some fake price here. Let's make up a story. Let's say price is heading up, and I think that price is going to go all the way up to here, just like the trade that I took. And right now, as I'm looking at this, price is right here. I might take a trade where I'm going to go long right here. And this little tool that I just put on the screen, That's called a long position. I call it a long box. And so if you look in the middle here, you can see how it says risk reward ratio 1.41. Well, if my stop loss was all the way down here, if I was going to exit the trade down here if it went against me, and exit the trade up here if it went for me, it went my way. Yeah, time to get out of that trade. Okay. Well, I didn't. I made like 50 cents on that. The algos told me to get out, so that little scalpy is over for now. As you can see right here, I got out just above entry, so I made just a little bit of money. That's fine. Algo said to get out. It is what it is. So here, what you'll see is that if I entered here and my stop loss was a little tighter, right, then you have this 2.0 to 1. Really, it's whatever. It's just 2 to 1. You see risk to reward ratio. Now, what that means is that if I'm risking $100 on this trade, that means that if price goes against me, instead of going up to the target, right, instead of going up to win to exit at the top of this green, it just turns around and goes down and exits out the bottom of this box right here, right? That means that I lost this trade. That means that the way I calculated my exits is that if price goes back past here, it's much more likely to continue going against me. So I'm just going to cut my losses right here. Now, the way I've calculated it is if price went to like here, there's still a decent chance that it's going to turn around and head in my favor. So I'm not going to get out of the trade. Okay, looks like Pang wants to go up. We'll look at that in the private live lab. We'll take a look at Pang. I did a video on Pang yesterday, very popular on YouTube. So that's a meme coin. I'm not in Pang, but I might take a position on it just to speculate a little bit. We're going to get into that. Not yet. We're going to go to the private before that. I just want to finish this conversation on risk to reward ratio. So again, if price comes only to here, it might still flip around. If price comes all the way down to this level, it's probably going to continue down. So I'm going to get out. That's how I calculate those. And the way I calculate those is taught over at Algo Factory. In this case, though, I'm risking $100. If price went out here, that means I've lost 100. In this case, with a risk to reward ratio of 2 to 1, that means I've won $200, right? So I'm risking 100 to make 200. I'm more than doubling my money. I'm technically, I think it's that's a 200% win. So if you think about it that way, I could lose like 2 of these and then win a third one and still be not losing money, right? That's making my trades and my risks asymmetrical. So risk to reward ratio is a pretty simple concept, but it is coupled with other concepts that put your trading into, it gives you an edge in trading, right? Because look, trading, really, if with a little bit of knowledge, you can flip a coin and win half your trades. I mean, really, it's kind of like that. But if you just have some certain skill sets, right? Not even just your algos, but just the way that you have your risks mapped out or the way that you manage your money, aside from the algos themselves, you can tilt the odds in your favor. It's called having an edge. And we teach that over at algofactory.tech. So we're going to move on. We're going to talk about the possible position I might take on Pang, but we're going to go to the private live lab first. So V, the gorilla, can you please get us over there?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, thank you all for listening in. Join us. Don't sit on the sidelines wondering if this is for you or if you can't do this because you need to be some sort of, math whiz or somebody who's like really super smart. No, we make the rules very simple. You follow the system and trust the system and not your own gut instincts. It will work for you. We made it very, very simple. And Cowboy and I are here every single day to walk you through it, to give you the encouragement, to give you the needed push for you to succeed. So join us, algofactory.tech, cheaper than a bottle of water per day. Join us, $1.66 a day. You can't beat it. You cannot shake. You can't beat that with a stick. Join us or die.
Join us or die.